Hello, welcome to the Lonely Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Loney. In this episode, I've not brought on guests because we got to keep the show going, yada yada yada. Anyway, as for our guest, he's from New Delhi, India. He has managed a company called the Automation Company. Apart from that, he's also worked in various projects in the blockchain infrastructure and cloud native space. That's quite impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Aarush Goyal.
Hi guys. Yeah. So thanks for the introduction. I really liked it.
You're welcome. So, how's life?
Life's great. So like the past few months, I was like burnt out because I was like working like 18 hours a week, or so 18 hours a day, most of the time. So yeah. So I took a break from development and like changed my role to business development. That helped me a lot to quit the burnout. So yeah, distractions are great for life.
Nice, nice. And have you been up to much recently?
Yeah. So most of the time I'm just developing. I'm trying to get new clients and new people to meet with actually. So yeah.
Nice, nice. So, tell me more about the automation company.
Okay, so I have like the like in the previous era, like how people used to make business alliance or like corporate alliance was through wars or merger and acquisitions, right? People used to acquire companies and then they used to integrate with each other. But now, as like software as a software as service and like the tech industry has boomed, a lot of the integrations are made through like integration platforms like Zapier or any other platform. Like all platforms can be integrated to any other platform, right? So it's like a web of integrations that I see that is building. So in the Google Sheets, right, you can like send a note to your HubSpot, or HubSpot can do anything, or like your Alexa is integrated to so many things. So that is what I feel like we should be able to capitalize on, and that's what we are doing.
Nice. And what are the main highlights of the company? Like, how does it stand out from other companies existing in this world?
Okay, so firstly, like our like human resource model. So previously, I used to work in a like human resource company and learned a lot about like how people actually want to work in the tech industry these days. And a lot of people were doing moonlighting. Some people were doing it and not telling their like original the main company that they were working for. Part-time culture was a great thing. Like a lot of people wanted to work part-time but for multiple companies. That's why they wanted to diversify their risk, like how we diversify our risk in portfolios. Right, we don't never invest in just one company. That's why they don't want to invest time in just one company, because they think like they have so many things to explore. Right. So we took these things into consideration, and that's why we promote parallel employment, as well as we like promote. So, for example, if you are doing development over here, so like you should do development in our company for 4 hours and do some creative thing, like creative work, like content writing or video editing in the other 4 hours for some other company or some other like as a consultancy, right? To promote.
Wow. Okay, I like that. And what inspired you to create the automation company?
Yeah, so I see a lot of companies these days are going around the they want funding, they just have an idea, they know how to market, and but they are not actually profitable enough, or they don't have a real business model. So I'm like I belong to a trader group in India. So like my surname actually comes through that. So we are called the Banyas, and in India that term is very famous. So that's a common mentality in the Banya tradition, that every business that you do has to be profitable and has to make you more money than you invest in, right? And not through like equity evaluation, through pure cash flow profits. So that's what like we are trying to take the approach in this business as well. But like we are trying a fusion of the tech industry. So as a common services industry, like business scales, we're trying to do the same, but we have tried to reduce the workload on per person or per human resource in order to scale well with better mental health of all employees. So in other companies, what we see is like a lot of overwork culture in the services industry. We have tried to reduce that, as well as we have a 50% profit sharing agreement with all the developers. So for example, in a project, if we are getting $6,000, at least $3,000 is like given equally to all the employees.
All right. Nice, nice. And have you ever thought about starting another company at some
Yeah.
point in the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in our company, so what we are looking for is, so the people who are in the senior level or who have worked with us for at least 3 months and above, because we are just a young company and our main, so we started as an open source organization for writing Golang development tools, and then we expanded to into business to sustain our open source measures. And so that's why all our like senior members are actually going to become the founders of the product ideas that we are thinking. So with each founder we at least take 2 hours like a day to discuss the idea and to develop a prototype. And what we then try to do is, we instead of starting like the full-fledged development, we ask the people, we take out leads from various data sources and try to send them a like very short email. We are trying to develop this, would you like to buy it, or would you be interested in trying it out? First
All
we'll
right.
measure, like, okay, so these product ideas are actually getting attention. Then we like collaborate with other people that we want, and then we try to make a prototype and then we try to publish it. So we are actually trying a product right now that's called EZO email. So that's like, so are you familiar with the concept of blockchain?
Oh yeah, I am familiar with blockchain.
So in blockchain, what is like, your wallet is your identity, right? But unfortunately, we are not able to communicate well through your wallets, right? So we have EPNS and all other things that try to solve that. But I think that there should be a much simpler way, like an email, right? So EZO email tries to solve that. It connects with your wallet, and you would be able to send email to any other person using that wallet. So even
Wow.
if you don't know the other person's name or the other person's like contact history, you just need their blockchain address.
Now that is a very interesting concept.
Yeah.
And what other experiences do you have with the blockchain and cloud native space?
So, like in the cloud native space, I was working with tools like Knative. So, is an abstraction on Kubernetes. So, I'll explain like about Kubernetes in like a very nutshell. So, like we have to run a lot of containers, right? Containers are nothing but processes like that are like self-dependent, right? And we have to scale them in order to like attain a good amount of distributed computing, right? And so for that purpose, Kubernetes comes in and it says, okay, I'm going to manage all the containers for you in the environment. But the thing is, Kubernetes has a lot of configuration options, and it can become a lot heavy for new users. So what Knative does is, it is an abstraction upon Kubernetes, and what it will say, you just give me the image of the container that you want to run, and I will run it for you in a very simple way. As well as it is like, it also helps in cost efficiency and auto scaling. So that
Oh,
is something that I have explored. And I've also explored serverless. So as we are seeing the trends that people are not looking into the like traditional IT space, they don't want to manage servers on their own, they are moving towards the cloud, right? So serverless is a very good option in which there is no operations required by the developers. All the operations are taken care by the infrastructure provider.
okay. Nice,
So
nice.
that is a space that I'm currently like working with. And in the blockchain, like I was working with secure multi-party computation. So do you know about the zero knowledge proof?
Okay. Nice.
So I'll explain you zero knowledge proof in a nutshell. So zero knowledge proof is if I want to prove to you something, but I do not want to give any data about it. Okay, I just want you to know that whatever I'm saying is validated. How will I do that? So that's when zero knowledge proof comes in. So for example, I want to tell you, okay, this is the particular content that was meant to be delivered to you, and this is the hash. So whenever you open that element and you try to make another hash from it without altering anything, you should be able to get the same hash. And if the hash does not match, then a content has been altered, right? So this is how we use zero knowledge proof. And when we are doing decentralized computation, hashes are very important, right? In short, like your blockchain address in itself is a hash, and if it does not work, then you are disconnected from the blockchain, right? So I was working on that, like how off-chain transactions can be verified on-chain to reduce the workload or the computation efforts that Bitcoin and other Ethereum is facing.
All right. Cool, cool. Incredible. So, if you were to start a brand new business, what kind of business would it be?
Yeah, so I have like, okay, so mostly in the tech space, because tech businesses are a lot more scalable. Um, a business that is profitable by default, a business that has more than 50% of like whatever you're making, you should have a 50% profit margin. And yeah, uh, so for example, maybe a business that has a bigger ticket size. So for example, real estate, prop tech, that's the thing that I would like to discover. Because like, yeah, property buying is not difficult even these days. We have a lot of paperwork, a lot of due diligence, and a lot of things can go wrong, but if you automate that, that would be great. And a lot of companies are doing that. So that's good, that's great.
Fabulous. So, what do you like about working within automation company?
These days I'm managing these sales, and I'm trying to like communicate with our users. Okay, okay, this is the integration that you want. Okay, we do not support this particular platform right now, but for just for you, you have told us. So now we are learning how to integrate with that. This is something like a new organization should always do. Founders should always be doing the sales, because in any business I have seen, if the founder is not doing the sales by himself, he does not know what the market needs, or the what the user needs, right? And then he will develop a product that nobody buys, and he's just going to waste his time and the time of his team. So yeah, I'm doing sales these days, mostly cold emailing. Some we are trying inbound marketing through LinkedIn ads, and yeah, this is pretty much what I'm doing.
Okay, great, great. What was the best thing you bought off Amazon?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What was the best thing you bought off Amazon?
Uh, I
Yeah, bought out of Amazon.
bought out of happiness.
Yeah, I guess happiness works too.
Okay. So yeah, I bought a recliner. So currently I am sitting on that recliner. So I have like like workspaces right now. So I have a cabin in my house that is just dedicated for work. So I have a sitting setup. Like I have a like chair, a dual monitor setup with a very powerful Linux PC. So most of the times is spent over there. But I see like after the burnout, I want to like be a bit more comfortable while working. I have to attend longer meetings now, and so I've bought this recliner in my space, so I can like just chill out when I'm like I want to. And then I have a standing setup, because like I was having a lot of back pain, and like a child having a back pain is not nice. So uh, like I'm trying to like stand up at least like 3 to 4 hours to like avoid injuries or like whatever diseases I can have.
All right then. All right then. What's your favorite ice cream topping?
Okay, my favorite ice cream topping is the sprinkles, the rainbow ones. that that that's my favorite ice cream toppings, because like in whenever like in every ad I have seen in India, like they have those in every ice cream, and they have those on donuts as well. So yeah.
Nice, nice. What was the strangest dream you'd had?
I've had a lot of strange dreams. I was like once trapped inside a body of a monkey, and I was in a metro, and I was just roaming around, and people were looking at me weirdly. Yeah, that's the most weirdest dream I had.
All right then. If you could host a talk show, who would you have on first?
Hmm. I can host a talk show. Probably my mother, because she has to manage me and I'm a hell to manage. So yeah, I would learn to learn how to manage someone like me.
That's nice. What was the funniest moment you've had in your life?
The funniest moments. I, yeah. So when I was in the 10th grade, like in the like going to graduate high school, that's the most fun I had. I don't have any like particular moment, but whenever we used to play ball with my friends, or yeah, whenever we used to run on the corridors, that was the most fun time I had.
Okay, great, great. What's your favorite life hack?
Life hack. Yeah, so after I got dual monitors, I was able to attend like 4 meetings at a time, and didn't let anyone know that I was doing that. So yeah, 4 times the sales.
Hmm, all right then. Would you rather be really hot or really cold?
Cold. That's why I
Uh,
actually want to move to Canada, or like a place where like there's a lot of snow, because yeah, I like cold places more.
hmm, all right. Is there any place in Canada specifically you want to move to, or just anywhere in Canada in general?
Anywhere in Canada, but I have heard a lot of nice things about Toronto, so probably there.
Nice, nice. And outside of that, do you ever travel often?
Um, I am not that of a like travel person, but I want to go to Bhutan. So that's a neighboring country with India, and I've heard it is very peaceful, and it's like a very tiny nation. Like it's probably like one city that is actually like a country. I suppose I don't know how, but yeah, I want to go there. They have a lot of monasteries over there, a lot of Buddhism culture. I like Buddhism culture. Like it's very peaceful.
Okay. I never thought of it that way. What flavor of ice cream do you wish existed?
Hmm. Okay. I can think that banana ice cream exists, but yeah, I haven't had a lot of banana ice creams myself, so yeah, would love to have that.
Hmm. All right then. Great, great. Who was the last person you talked to?
The last person I talked to was right now. He was Lakshay from our sales team. He's a sales lead, and he's doing some awesome work at our company. So yeah, we were talking about how to grow our users, as well as discussing some memes.
Okay, fabulous. Would you rather be teleported 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past?
500 years into the past, and I would like to do that, because like if like I want to experience the weather like that was 500 years back, and a lot of inventions would not be at that time that can distract me. So probably yeah.
Fabulous. What bad habits do you want to get rid of?
Bad habit. uh if I would never get burnt off, or like that's a very bad habit with me. Like every 3 months, if I'm not doing something new, I get bored of it, and I try not to do it anymore, and that's not good for the business or for me. So yeah.
Fabulous. Where would you see yourself 20 years from now?
20 years is a lot of time. I don't even think so I would be alive 20 years from now. But yeah, sitting like in my house, probably with my kids if I have them, and yeah, having a good tea or coffee.
Okay, cool, cool. What is the best way to start the morning?
Best way to start the morning. I never okay, so I usually don't wake up in the morning. I wake up in like around 3 or 2 a.m. in the morning, so I don't consider that a morning. But yeah, I do some like early work, and then I go to the gym, and then I'm like up for the morning. And that's pretty much it, and I do it every day. So yeah.
Great. What kind of music do you often listen to?
I have been like discovering a lot of nice indie music, especially in the Hindi genre. And I have been listening to a lot of rap, but like it's a meme rap. So there's a rapper called Shotgun Willie, and he writes like funny rap. Like it may have some beat, it has some really great melodies, but yeah, and those are funny as hell.
All right then. Great. What would be the first thing you'd do if you won the lottery?
The first thing I'll do if I win a lottery. Uh, I'm really bullish on real estate these days, so probably buy a house.
Okay. And what kind of house would it be?
Probably a villa on a mountain.
Fabulous. What is the most ridiculous fact that you know?
Most ridiculous fact. I have to think about that. Hmm. Most. I cannot remember. Like it's one of those moments when you know something, but you actually do not recall it. So yeah.
Hmm. All right then. That's all right. It happens. What question can you ask to find out about one person that you know?
Okay. How do they organize their like how do they organize their computer? So if they have a lot of like nicely managed folders, they have a clean wallpaper, then I know, okay, this is the OCD kind of guy. He's like me. And if he's not, then I usually don't talk to them a lot.
All right then. If you had a year of free time to learn or hone any skills, what would you do?
Hmm. I was really good at drawing at a point of time, but then like due to studies or work, I discontinued it. I would like to like get back on that. I would like to make caricatures, especially political satire.
Okay. Do you see yourself more as a night owl or an early bird?
Night owl, or yeah, night owl, because yeah, I have like weird time shifts. So for example, few months I'm a night owl, few months I'm a early bird, few months I don't know what time it is.
Yep. Same with me. I don't even know what time it is either. What do you greatly enjoy doing but wish you could do more of?
So, the one of my like guilty pleasure is rising my Linux desktop. So, have you used Linux before?
Fabulous.
Uh, so like in Linux you can configure everything. Like Linux gives you the option to uninstall Linux. So Linux is a kernel, and GNU is the like desktop environment. Like it's a suite of like applications built to support the Linux kernel, and it becomes a complete operating system on its own. And each like very small component is also configurable. So in like you can have your own audio drivers, you can have your own like desktop environment, you can have a list of your own like command shortcuts and all. So anything is comfortable. So I try to like make a lot of rices.
Okay. Fabulous. What's the weather like where you are?
So the Delhi weather is extreme. Currently, it's very hot, and like we are facing a little bit rain. But yeah, now it is like after October, it is going to become like very cold, like very chilling cold.
Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Conspiracy theory. I think so that something sort of Illuminati actually exists. And I actually watched that movie Mr. Robot, where all the like influential people have a meeting and they are in a group or something. I think that exists in real life.
Ah, yes. I remember that one.
Yeah.
All my mates in high school talk about it non-stop. And to this day, they still talk about it. Oh my gosh. Oh, absolute vibes. If you could change one plot line to any piece of fiction, like television shows or movies, what would it be?
Hmm. Any hotline?
Yeah, yes, change any plot line to any show or movie.
Hmm. 911 to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hmm. All right then. That'd be a very interesting concept indeed.
Yeah.
Nice. What what song that you like very much, but not many people know about it?
Like very much. So there's a song Suffer by Bogan Bang. It has a very unique tune to it and like very unique lyrics. It is popular, but a lot of people don't know that I have that's one of my favorite songs.
Hmm. Okay. Great, great. What was the silliest thing you believed when you were younger?
Silliest things. Yeah. So if I get rusticated in the school or get suspended, within 1 week I'll die.
Ah. All right
Yeah.
then.
Asian parenting is like sometimes tough.
Cool, cool. Is there an app that you hate, but you still use it anyway to some extent?
Instagram. Uh,
Instagram?
yeah, Instagram. It's a very unpopular opinion, or maybe a popular one, because like I think it has become a place for pedophiles, and I think the algorithm pushes that, and
Oh,
especially with the reels and the things, like the attention span is getting so much shorter. I enjoy the memes. I have a very good meme community over there and have a lot of friends over there. That's why I have to use it. But I took like 3 months off from Instagram and it was very relaxing.
of course. Poor old Instagram. It lost its edge. What has it become? If you could hang out with any character from a show or movie, who would it be?
Any character from a show or movie? I think. Have you seen that show, Two Men and a Half?
I have heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, so from that the kid, like the kid was like one of the most interesting things. Like if the kid would have been like enough old, like yeah, he would be older than me. So I would like to hang out with him, like how life has turned out for him and what is he doing, how many girls has he been with, something like that.
Nice, nice. If you were to sail around the world, what would be the name of your boat?
Name of my boat, Alexander, maybe. He's the only explorer I know that's famous. Yeah, Alexander.
Interesting name, interesting. And that is all we have for this episode. It was great having you here, Arush, talking
Yeah,
about the
lovely talking
automation.
to you. Uh, and like I had a very good like discussion after a long while. It's great.
Yeah, it sure was. And until next time, stay tuned for more.